Hello, and welcome back to Stephen Talks. As you can see, I have a comic book in my hand today. So today I'm going to be doing a sort of continuation of some of the previous video that I did, which is paperback comics versus digital comics, which there is a major difference between the two, between this and books, because comic books are really nice on a tablet or an e-reader. I mean, for one, as I happen to have a comic book handily available on my tablet, you can zoom in on it, and that is really, really nice when you're going along. Also, it's really nice having them all here on your tablet, because comic books are hard to store, and especially if you're a collector of comic books, keeping them nice and even and neat. I mean, this comic book would be considered horrible because the bottom is bent up. So then you have to try to find a place to hold them, which is good if you're a comic book collector, but if you're just a casual reader as I am, it's nice to just be able to get them on the book reading app, or the book reader. Also, it's very hard to find certain comic books in physical form. But on digital, it's so much easier to find them. You just go to your app, look for the book or comic book, and simple matter of downloading it and reading it, which is nice because otherwise you have to go to comic book stores, search for them, and hope to find it, or you have to go and order it online and wait for 3 to 5 business days shipping to be able to read it again, which I hate having to do myself personally. Now, going to a comic book shop is really nice because they're so nostalgic. I mean, they're filled with comic books and other comic book related items, and they're filled with stuff that you can never find anywhere else. But that being said, it is often cheaper to find the comic book online for e-version than it is to attempt to buy it in a real comic book shop, because you're not paying for any of the collectability for it. You're simply paying for being the privilege to read it. There's also subscription services to comic books, like Marvel Unlimited and the Kindle Xfinity, which both allow you to pay for one low price a month to be able to read as many comics as you would like that they have, which is really nice. But that being said, the digital comics sometimes loses some of their amazing value or their amazement on the digital screen versus actually seeing the drawings in a comic book. I mean, there are some comic books that are just beautiful. When you look at them, you can't believe what you're seeing. They're just amazingly drawn. While stuff like this, you lose that amazability, and it doesn't look as nice and neat and clean. I mean, this is supposed to be a lot darker than it is because of all the lights that are here. So, those are my thoughts on digital versus physical copies of comic books. As you can probably tell, I'm a fan of digital copies of comic books, as I'm not a collector. But those are just my thoughts. If you agree or disagree with me, don't forget to comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. That was the Stephen Talks, and I hope to see you next week.